So my name is Becca. This is Humans Who Want to Bend. So if you're a human and you want to be a little more bendy, you're in the right place, okay? So those of people who've been with me a long time know it's possible, right? You can get more bendy the more you practice, all right? And so we are recording this. There are videos online, and this will be added to the collection. So you don't have to just do this class Saturday morning. You can do it other time, okay? So you will need a block and a strap. So you want the straps that are like a yoga strap, or you can use a towel too. You just don't want a stretchy strap because we're using it to stretch. So we need to be able to get some resistance. So not the exercise straps for one of these. Again, towels just fine. A block, and if you don't have a block, a book works, or a really firm pillow too if you're at home, okay? So I offer lots of modifications, and you figure out where you need to be for your body. Every week can feel different, right? So one Saturday you're like, this is awesome, I'm feeling great. And the next Saturday you're like, what happened to me over the week? That's okay. That's normal, right? So I saw we follow a lot of figure skaters, and there was one that posted, it doesn't get easier, it gets better. And I like that. So you don't come every week to make it easier, you come to make it better. So you can start off in any comfortable position that you want. You can be seated, you can lie back as well. If you want to use your block, you can always sit on your block, and if you're lying back, you can put it under your head if you want, okay? And so we'll go ahead and close the eyes when we find our space. You're closing your eyes, begin to notice any sensations that are coming up in the body. So maybe these are sensations that you felt many times before, or maybe these sensations are new to you this morning for whatever reason. Maybe there's sensations in your muscles, in your joints, or maybe even any sensations in your breath. And so as you move through class, you might revisit these things that are coming up in the body and notice if they're changing or if they feel different when we're in our different postures today, and then we come back for relaxation at the end. Maybe with our eyes still closed, we're going to come to butterfly. You can be seated or reclined. So we'll bring our feet together, and again, knees just either to the side seated or to the side reclined on your back. And now that we've shifted positions, you might notice once again the sensations in the body. Maybe they've changed now that you're in butterfly with the legs rather than the legs straight out. go ahead and bring our knees to chest. We're gonna hug the knees in. If you're on your back, you're welcome to roll up to seated now. And we'll come to a cross-legged position. If the cross-legged position isn't comfortable, you can always have your legs out to the side. And those of you who've been in here for a while, I call it the slumpasana, you know what I mean? Where you sit like this. We don't want to do that. So we want to always start with a lifted position. So if you feel slumped and your abs are like collapsed back, you want to sit nice and tall so we have length, almost like a little cord is being pulled from the top of our head, okay? So we're going to sit nice and tall. We're going to start off with some flowing spinal twists. So with that lengthened spine, on our inhale, we're going to stretch our arms overhead. I'm going to go to my left first. On our exhale, we're going to bring our hands down, one hand on the knee, the other hand behind you, and sit tall. Inhale, arms overhead, big reach up, and then I'm going to my right, hands down, and we bring those hands down. We're going to sit tall, we're going to get length, and then inhale, arms up and overhead, and switch sides, and sit tall. So you can move at your own pace. As with most of our flowing motions in this class, the slower you move, the more you will feel. So you don't have to rush it. You're not going anywhere. I've got you for the next, 26 minutes or 36 minutes. So go ahead and move here at your own pace. And every time you bring those arms down, check your spine and make sure we still have that length. I like to do lots of spinal twists because it helps our lower back, right? Let's do one more to each side and we'll come back to our seated position. Hands to the lap. So moving into seated cat-cows, these are some of my favorites. So again, starting the long spine, okay? And so if you want to keep this a little more close, hands can stay on the thighs. But if you're feeling really dramatic today, that's okay. You can bring your arms out really wide. Your week may have been really dramatic and you need to match that. That's all right. All right, so hands on the thighs. On our exhale, we're going to round, eye gaze, tips to your ankles. And on the inhale, we open the chest, drop our shoulders, and lift the chin. If you want to bring your arms way out wide, bring them way out wide, okay? And then exhale, round. Big inhale as you open up. And exhale, round. So being mindful of our breath, okay? And use it to help you move. So that big inhale opens us up. And your exhale down. And your shoulders might ask you, why don't you do this other days of the week too? Guess what? You can. It doesn't have to be just Saturday, all right? Very good. Nice job, friends. All right. Let's do one more set, and then we'll come back to our seated position. So we're going to take some circles around the knees. So we're going to keep our sits bones down, long spine, and think about your heart is leading you around and not your shoulder, okay? So long spine, our heart comes forward, to the side, back, and then around again. So slow, think about going slowly. For some, you might have really big circles. Some, you might have smaller circles. Again, just depends on how the back is feeling, okay? It's a good way to stretch your lower back. If you're at home at your desk, this is when you can also do at your chair, just planting the feet flat on the floor. You can do the same thing. Of course, scoot away from your desk would be my other suggestion. Okay, and then yeah, go the other way. ground here, and then find your way back to the center. And go ahead and hop over to all fours. Coming on our hands and knees, and we're gonna do cat-cows this time from all fours. I know a lot of you in here already grab a double mat. That's great. If you need to pad your knees and you don't have a double mat, you can fold the middle part of your mat or use a towel. If your wrist, sometimes my wrist, depending on my computer usage over the week, will be a little tight. You can also fold the top part of your mat and use that for your wrist too, okay? So for alignment, wrist under shoulder, knees under hips, keeping the elbows soft. Start off with cow pose. On the inhale, we drop the belly, lift the tailbone, and then lift the chest, the heart, and the chin, and look up. So we're going nice and slow. We reverse directions, round the spine, look at the knees for our cat pose, press through the hands, and then go the other way. Moving here at your own pace, though I would tell you the slower you move, the more release you will feel. So if it's your habit to speed through things, I'm asking you to slow down, okay? You know who you are. And we'll do one more of each. And then find our way back to our neutral spine. We're going to stretch our calf muscles. So send your right toes back, toes on the floor, press to your heel. Say hello, calf muscle. Ow. Well, like if it's saying bad words to you, you say nice words back, okay? Yeah. You just said and done, right? All right, so switch sides. And left toes on the floor, press to your heel. Back to center, and we'll do that more cat-like stretch we've done before, at least my cat does this. So we're gonna take our right toes, plant the right toes on the floor, press the heel back, and you can take the left heel of your hand and put it on the floor ahead of you. It might probably be beyond your mat a little bit, and then we're gonna press in opposite directions. You can just let your neck be neutral. I saw my cat do this the other day, and I thought of y'all. You're welcome. And then come back to the center. She was just as limber as you. All right, so it's left toes back, right arm in the front, and then we're gonna press opposite directions. And then come back to the center. Very good. And we're going to try for a resting posture, either child's pose, or you can come up onto your forearms. I call that puppy pose. So child's pose, we're bringing our hips back towards our heels, and the arms are stretched out in front, and the head is on the mat. The alternate position is to come to all fours. You can stack your fist and rest your head on your fist as well. So either way that you want to be, okay? This is our resting posture. Let's go ahead and come up to all fours, and then up to standing. Find your block wherever you put it. In front of you. All right, so I know we have some new people, so I like to go over forward fold, but it's also just a reminder of everybody, right? Because even if we know how to align ourselves properly, it can like just slip out of our mind sometimes. So we want to avoid the schlump again, okay? So the schlump, also AKA texting teenager pose, or texting 40-year-old pose. I know it's the same thing,
Or 60.
right? 60-year-old pose, it's all the same. So we hunch over and like this. This is not a forward fold. I'm putting a lot of load on my back. I'm putting load on my neck. Not happy for our body, okay? So we want to bend our knees, and we're folding at the hip, and you can see the difference with yourself in the mirror. You see that nice flat back there as you fold. Big difference, okay? So let's come all the way up. I always swan dive down because you can align your spine even One more. So let's bring our arms overhead. Keep the knees bent, arms to the side, and then as we fold, you see that nice neutral spine. You can stop with your hands underneath the knees. That's totally fine. You can come down to your block, and remember your block flips on any height. So it can be the flat part, or you can be on the short part on the side. Some of you I know can reach the floor. That's fine as well, okay? So we're feeling the hamstrings, maybe into our calf muscle, right? And relaxing our neck. So on our inhale, keeping those knees soft, we'll reach the arms above the head. And then we'll reach behind, interlace the fingers, open the chest, and pull back. Maybe lift the chin if you like. And then let's do that again. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale with the soft knee. We're going to fold all the way down, whatever that forward fold looks like for you. Take a breath, and on the inhale, we're coming back up. And then reach behind for that chest expansion. So now you have the pattern. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, you're always welcome to do that. Sometimes it helps you concentrate a little bit more, right? And on our inhale, arms overhead. Take a nice exhale as you come down. Very good. Relax your neck. Nice. Inhale all the way up. Reach behind. We do it one more time. Pull back. Nice job. Inhale all the way up. Beautiful. Exhale. Soft knees. Fold all the way down. All right. Beautiful. And then inhale all the way up. And find that chest expansion. So if you're trying to integrate some yoga at home and this is all you remember, this is good because you're hitting lots of things, your hamstrings, your back, your shoulders. So if this is all you remember, you're fine. All right, so we're going to keep our toes pointing to the top of the mat. We're going to start with pyramid today. So our toes, again, square to the top of the mat. Our feet are about hip width distance apart. We're going to take a natural step back with our right foot. Our heel will land so we can feel our heel pressing against the mat in the mat behind us. Our knee's going to stay soft. We don't want to lock out our knee, but we're not also all the way bent either. So kind of that just nice soft neutral knee. We're going to fold at the hip, walk the hands down the leg. Start feeling things, right? Hopefully. Okay, good. So your hands can rest on your leg. You can also use your block here if you want. And you feel your hamstring. Those of you who came from boot camp class, I know a couple of you did, you might feel this a little extra special. If you want to feel it really extra special, because some of you might, you can lift your left toes off the floor just a little bit. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. I know, it's like that wasn't very much. That's amazing, isn't it? And then you go ahead and put that foot down. It's always the simple things that get you. Very good, and we're going to roll ourselves up and spin out your right foot. So we're coming to warrior two. So now our hips are square to this long part of the mat, all right? So for your alignment, your left heel will bisect your right arch. That just helps keep your hips square to the top of the mat, right? Another thing to watch out for is as we bend our left knee, the bigger the bend, the more you feel your quad, correct? Okay, you can tell the difference. But we want to keep the knee over the ankle. And one way to check is if you can look down over your knee and see your big toe, you're probably fine. If you've lost your big toe, your knee's probably jutting out in front, all right? So if we like, we can lift the arms up into a T. If your shoulders are just not happy with you, you can bring your hands to your heart, all right? And then we might gaze over those left fingers. If you're someone who lives with a coat hanger in your shirt and your shoulders are I use that analogy of the other class, you're going to roll your shoulders down. Very good. And breathe. That's an important thing to do. So we're going to flip our left palm to the sky and reach it up. And we get that nice stretch through our side. If you want to keep working your quad, you're going to keep that bend in that left knee, okay? As we lift up. If you want to stretch your neck, Your eyes can look to the ceiling or down to your back foot. Very nice, friends. All right, back to warrior two. And then we're gonna move into triangle pose. So we're gonna straighten that left leg, although we keep a little soft bend in the knee like we do. And then ease out your left fingers over your toes. And the left hand comes down, generally right above or right below the knee. We don't want to press on our kneecap. You can also put your hand on a block. Your right arm can be extended to the sky, or you can wrap it behind the back. So if your shoulder just feels a little tight this morning, or you feel like you want a little more stretch there, just wrap that arm around the back, give yourself some leverage. Very nice. And with our triangle, our heart is always facing to the front. Good. Inhale, find your warrior two. Drop those arms. We're going to walk our feet together. One leg might feel a little warmer, maybe. So I switched sides of my mat, so I'm facing the TV. Those of you in here, you can go however you want. It's your mat and your space, so do what you want. All right, so back to the top of the mat. So toes, toes are facing the top again. We started off with pyramid, taking that natural step back with the left foot. Excuse me. Left foot comes back, we're grounding the heel. Right knee is soft, although the leg is straight. And on the exhale, we're gonna hinge at the hip. Hands come down. You can also put your hand on a block. You get the urge to go that little extra bit, you can lift your right toes off the floor. Or you can watch someone else do it. Very good. And then let's put those toes down if they're lifted. We're going to ease ourselves up and then spin out your left foot. So then the left foot's parallel to the short part of the mat, bending into our right knee bisects that left arch, okay? So checking in with that right side. So our knee's gonna stay over the ankle, and we'll settle in. So we're bringing our arms up if they're not already. Watch those shoulders, maybe take a shoulder roll if you know you tend to really hunch through your shoulders and put a lot of stress there, okay? So arms into a T, maybe looking out over our right fingers. And then right palm comes to the sky, stretching through the side body. We can look up or we can look down to our back foot, whichever feels good on your neck. Getting to stretch through the side. All right, back to our warrior two. And we're moving into our triangle pose. So we straighten our right leg, knees stay soft. We're gonna hinge out. The right hand comes above or below the knee. We just don't want to gouge into our kneecap, okay? So keeping it light. You can also place your right hand on a block. Left arm can extend straight up to the ceiling, or you can tuck your left arm behind the back if you want a little more leverage to open up your shoulder and you just need a little more support there, okay? Very nice, good job, friends. Very good. All right, finding that warrior two, arms in a T. So drop those arms, walk our feet together. Hopefully you're equally heated now. Maybe between the legs. All right, so we always do balance, whether you like it or not. So balance is good for you, okay? And it's not age dependent, I promise. So the more you practice, the better you become. So if you would like to do balance completely against the wall, that's fine. You can be flush against the wall. You can also stand by a wall and just have your fingertips out to the side, okay? So we're gonna play around with tree, especially since we're recording this, so you can go back and watch it. We won't do things too complicated on you, okay? So for our tree pose, now I taught kindergartners yesterday and we did tree pose, so it was really interesting for them. So I'm sure they're a little more top heavy, if you've ever noticed, a little top. So we're moving into our right side. So we have our toes grounded. So standing balance always starts with our feet, right? So we have our toes grounded. If your brain's lost connection with your toes, you might pick them up and put them down again. Like there they are. So soft knees, strong quad. We have a nice long spine. And we're going to find something to stare at straight ahead of us in order to keep our body upright, all right? So that left toe can stay on the floor, heel over the ankle. It is totally fine to be right here if that's what your body says to do. You can also slip your foot to your calf muscle. We want to avoid the knee joint because we want to keep the knee soft and buoyant, okay? So we're using our calf muscle. So that left leg is pushing into the right and that right leg is pushing right back, okay? So it's trying to stay upright. Hands can be at the heart, or you can lift your branches out. Breezy trees are okay. Sometimes get a little wind in those branches, but we still stand up, right? Because our toes are rooted. See? Very good. Nice job. Beautiful. All right, so let's go and bring that foot down. Feel the action in your leg. Yeah, okay. So if you're really activated, you will feel your calf muscle, your quad, the whole 9 yards. So when we switch sides, the left toes are to be grounded. If you need to lift your toes and put them down again and remind your brain they're there, that's okay. Soft knee, strong quad, long through the spine. Right toes can stay on the floor, heel over the ankle. You can also bring your right foot to your calf. Just avoid pressing on your knee joint here. So we think about that right foot is pressing into the calf muscle, muscles pressing right back. All right, it just helps us stand up. If you like to lift your branches out, you can see what they're like on this side. Good job, nice job. And then come down. Remember what I said at the beginning, practice doesn't make it easier, it just makes it better. That's what we're going for. All right, so from the top of the mat, we're going back down to forward fold. So bring our arms overhead. My block is behind me. Exhale, come all the way down. Never in the right place. All right, so back to our forward fold. You can have your hands on a block, on the floor, or in that half lift, and we feel that stretch behind the legs, hopefully. Let's go ahead and come down to our hands and knees. So we haven't done our cow face pose in a little while, so we're going to do it because it's good for your shoulders. So you will need your strap. It's really imperative, though, that we keep our spine long. So it can help to sit on a block. If you're comfortable sitting on your heels, that's fine too, but elevating your lower back. If you know your posture is pretty good and you just want to sit cross-legged, that's good too, okay? I am going to stand so people can see a little bit better. So we're going to take our strap. If you picked up the 10-foot strap, you can fold it in half-ish, okay? And breathe. So we're going to take our strap in our right hand, all right? And then we're going to take our fingertips and put them right between our shoulder blades, okay? Right between your shoulder blades, right between your shoulder blades. So the key with the stretch is that our right elbow needs to face the ceiling. You see what happens when you pull it forward. You round your back, you grab your neck, and guess what? I don't feel my tricep in the slightest, okay? So, boop, keep the elbow up. You're gonna take your opposite hand, reach back and grab the strap at wherever is comfortable. You do not have to try to make your hands match. That's the beauty of the strap. That's why it's there, okay? So you just grab the strap at wherever you are, okay? And then we're gonna take our elbows now and press them away from each other until you feel that happiness. Ow. Ow. So another thing that helps is to smile at yourself as you unclench your teeth. So if you're feeling your teeth clench and the veins pop out on your forehead, relax your jaw. Good job. Everybody feeling something? Yeah, feels great, doesn't it? Yeah. Earth shattering. Nice job. All right. And let's go ahead and release. Now we do the fun on the other side. So you're going to take your left hand, take the strap in the left hand, place the left fingers right between your shoulder blades, okay? Now your left elbow is facing straight to the ceiling, not caved in front, but straight up. Take your right hand and bring it back, and you might say, boy, my arms are not level, right? So in fact, often I find that wherever your dominant arm is, if that's on the bottom, that's when it really feels extra special, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna press those elbows away. I know I say this every time, but it makes y'all laugh. So if you think, why is this called cow face pose? Your elbows are the cow's ears, and if your legs are crossed, those are the cow's lips. So think about that. It's a big giant cow face, okay? See? This is my not fun side.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that right arm. If you're lefty, it was probably the other side. Good job. You do that every time. Shake it out. All right, and that's one easy. If you don't have a strap, you can do it with a towel or grab your extra shirt or whatever. All right, so coming back down to seated, we are going to roll all the way down to our back now and stretch our hips from the back. You can use your strap if you want. We're going to do the recline pigeon, and there is a strap option if you so choose to use it, okay? And I will dim the lights for our friends in the room just in a minute. All right, so we're going to go ahead and come on back. So we're going to start with our feet on the mat. I'm going to take my left ankle and cross it over my right thigh. If it bothers your back to lift your legs, you do not have to do that. You can keep your right foot on the mat. If you would like to lift your legs, you can. You can either hold on to your hamstring or take your strap. And I like using the strap personally. Put it around your legs, and then you can pull the tails of the strap in. You can really control how much tension you give yourself, and then also your head just stays comfortably on the ground when you do it this way. So you choose. Now another option here, if you want more hip, you're going to keep that right leg bent like I have it now. If you want more hamstring, you're going to flex your right foot and press it to the ceiling, and you'll feel the difference. So you can choose what your body needs. That is up to you. I always need more hip than hamstring personally, so those are the options I take. There we go. Next couple tries. Bring the feet down. We're going to switch sides. So your right ankle over your left thigh. Your left foot can stay on the floor if that's better for your back, or you can pick up the legs again and either hold on to your hamstring with the hands or use your strap here and pull the legs towards you. Let's go ahead and release those legs. I'm going to move into spinal twist. There is a block, reclined spinal twist. There's a block option here if you want to use it. So with the feet starting on the mat, I'm going to tilt my knees to the right. If you like, you can place your block between your knees or underneath your bottom knee to feel more supported. The reclined spinal twist, the intent is to relax, okay? If you feel like you're having to use a whole lot of muscle strength to hold your legs in place, grab your block, put that between your knees, underneath your knee, so you can settle down a little bit better. So we're bringing our shoulder blades to the mat. Hands can rest on the body or be out along the floor. If you would like to extend the twist into the neck, you can turn opposite the knees. Come to the center, and then we'll go to the left. You want to use your block, take it to the other side. And back to the center. And then let's go ahead and bring the feet to the mat. And then we're going to stretch out for Shavasana. So you can come to any reclined position that you want. If it does bother your back to be flat out on the mat, you can plant your feet and point your knees to the ceiling. You can also come to reclined butterfly, feet together, knees to the side if you want. So in the beginning of class, you observed the sensations that were coming up in your body. And here at the end, if you remember what they were, you might observe them once more. See if things have changed, feel the same, or maybe your body is telling you something else that needs to happen today. Allow ourselves to move into our natural breath. starting to bring your awareness back to the space. Might make some small movements and then transition to larger ones. We'll bring our knees to chest, and you can ease up to a seated posture. On our inhale, let's raise our arms above the head, hands meet, and we bring our thumbs to our forehead for kind thoughts, to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for kind intentions. Namaste. So thank you as always for being with me on Saturday morning. Thank you guys at home.